Spring is here and I have a ton of dandelions popping up in my lawn. And if you're like a lot of people who want to keep a nice, clean, pristine lawn, dandelions are your enemy. And you may be putting some type of weed killer, pesticide that targets dandelions and other weeds in your lawn. But the interesting thing about dandelions is that they are actually edible. All parts of the dandelion are edible. So the root, the leaves, and the flowers that come off of the dandelion. And dandelions are actually an introduced weed. There's really no such thing as a weed. A weed is just a flower or a plant growing in a place that you don't want it. Dandelions were actually introduced to North America by European settlers in the 1600s who brought them as an edible crop to plant and use in their gardens. And it also has a lot of medicinal herbal uses as well, such as the dandelion root, which helps with digestion. But today, I am going to try all parts of the dandelion and let you know which part is the best and maybe not the best, but just give it an all-around taste test. I'll start with the dandelion root. I've taken this dandelion and I've cleaned it. It's in an area that doesn't get any exposure to pesticides. I don't use any type of pesticides or chemicals anywhere around my house, so I'll eat the root. And it is quite bitter. I would say, wow, really bitter, like strong. I've never actually had it just raw like that before, but it's like a radish, but like way intensified. So the root, I know you can grind this into a powder and make like a coffee replacement. You can make teas and stuff with it. You can cook with it. I think the root, you'd want to do something like that unless you just, want a little kick in your life and have something that's really bitter and powerful. I'll give it another try. And now I'll try a dandelion leaf. And the leaves are not bad at all. The leaves are not bad, especially when they're this young and tender and they haven't been through any hot weather yet. I say they're very edible to just throw on top of a salad. These leaves are not very bitter at all. They're pretty good. Now I'll try the flower. The yellow part, the petals of the flower that actually are the seeds, in reality, are very mild. Probably the most palatable part of the entire dandelion plant. Not bitter like any of the other parts of the plant, but this green part, I'll try that. And that's a little bit more bitter than the leaves were. But overall, pretty tasty. Honestly, would not be bad at all to put in a salad mix and throw it in there. I've heard that when things start to heat up, the plant can become a lot more bitter, so you probably want to use it before then, but pretty tasty and usable overall.